It's about that time of the day when I show you guys my research, because yesterday I was talking about how Alexander the Great was basically married to a person named Thies, and there's this person called On, who is from the house of On, and there's Maccabi On, which is a book of the Bible. There are a lot of Ons in the Bible, and so I started looking into coins. And one thing I noticed is that Athena, her name is Atha. Atha. Right there, it's the top. Atha. Her name is not Athene. And so if you think about it, though, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Her name's Athene. So there's Theo, like, but that, I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out if that's one word, because I can't find any of these words. There's no Nes, there's no Ota, there's no Tos, and Ton is what I talked about before. It's the definite article the. So, but it's in the genitive form. So like this whole thing about Athena ends with the. The what? No, that's my sentence. It has the. It ends with the. The. Your sentence ends with the. Well, no, it did end with the before. You messed it up. Okay, but my point is, it's the. I have also found a lot more D coins. Remember, like, I started off with this theory about Egypt that it was called D, a very long time ago. And then I found a coin that had Alexander, and then it had D on it. And, like, I keep thinking the Bible is about D and about Dia. And, oh, there's another On right there on that coin. I think that D can be spelled that way, day. There's also D, but that's Diaz if you connect it, but I think that's D that's separate. Also, there's a Cairo in Zeus's eagle. And then once again, On, but spelled differently. On, and then On. And then there's also On here, but connected to Ra. So there's Amun Ra, right? The god. And so I think that clearly is an indication of that. There's On. What was I trying to say? That there is no word tone for like, that's a definite article. Clearly this guy's flipping you off and saying thy own is a separate thing. And it's actually like one word that's made out of two words, on and thighs. And for some reason there was a coin that had ek on it like that. And I was like, it's just by itself ek? Why is it ek by itself? Yeah. So, I just want to take a victory lap for a second and go, tone, what? What's the tone, bitches? Doesn't have to be tone something, bitches? Because the Bible says that word is the. And, yeah. Like you don't do like the by itself. Like I'm gonna go to the. We don't have to finish the sentence here. They didn't know how to finish sentences on coins. They didn't really do a good job on the coins. If you haven't noticed, the coins are really shitty. But all I'm trying to say is tone. What, bitches? And how do we not know what Athene is? Like, I'm telling you, like, I know Athene. Like, I'm the one person who knows what Athena is in Greek. It's Athene. It's not Athena. Like, and apparently it's Atha, because Atha is the owl. Like, that is right next to an owl. And Athena's symbol is the owl. So, but clearly there's Ra, which, like, we're seeing the Ro, like, being drawn like an R already at that point, which normally is drawn like a P. But all I'm saying is tone what, bitches? Tone what? Dude, give me at least a big ass like a badge that's like it hangs down and it's like Greek finder outer of the decade. I didn't finish going through the Greek coins earlier, so I thought I'd do it again. So, Scion, everyone knows Scion, turn your face towards Sidon and prophesy against them is Ezekiel. Zion's a place. Everyone thinks Zion is Israel. I think Zion tends to be Tel Aviv is my guess. But it's Zion. And once again we have Fine on. And Macedon. Like, so that's Macedonian. And so, like, I think a lot of these places were named after On. What does this say right here? I've seen Lon a lot, and just like I've seen Tone. And, I was seeing Lon, I think, with the Omega, generally. But I think that I've seen On enough now that I can say that it matters if I see it with Omicron also. So that would be like if you're addressing your father, like, Daddy, but like more like, probably more respectful, like, but Father Lon, but with respect. But then there's all these snakes, and so it's very confusing because I think that would be for Atha or Athena, Athene, who is actually called Athe. We have learned that Athena's real name was Athe. We know it from the coins. Like, we've decided, screw you historians, you're wrong. We have learned things that have told us that we can figure out, like, that lon is an important word, and I think that's connected to own. Just like this like might actually be two words. Like, they do it all the time. And I think that's, and then there's D for Egypt. There's another coin that I found with Egypt on it. Like, can you believe that I can figure out Egypt from, like, analyzing what I know about the Egyptian language versus Arabic? Because, like, I really, you don't know how hard I like, it's like I took 3 classes on Egyptian Arabic at once. Like, all I did was sit there and do Egyptian note cards, like, always, in addition to taking a class on specifically colloquial Egyptian Arabic, AMIA, at American University in Cairo, which is like the Harvard of the Middle East. That's what they say, at least. So, on again right here. And remember the book Sophia Izu Sirach. There's Sirach Sirakos Ion, Sirakosi. So Sirach Osi Ion, Sirach Osi On, I think. But I've seen so many iotas next to on now that I wonder if they put the iota next to it too. So it's like yon, because John. I feel like this is a boring topic, but Finna was a character in Greece, a person whose husband, like, Zeus wanted to kill, supposedly, and then, like, Apollo spared him, asked Zeus to spare him, he turned him into an eagle or something. So that person's husband was turned into an eagle like Zeus. And Zeus is always an animal. But I'm still confused because that looks like Zen but like when I zoom in on it, it looks like a fee. So it's finna on. So this, like, I think it's pretty clear that that's Sirakos Yon, which would be like Sirach, which is Sophia Iu Sirach is a book of the Bible, like Jesus, son of Sirach. Like, Sirach is actually a book of the Bible. And then, but Zion is a word, so it could be Sirach, the Zion, but it could be Sirakos Yon. But this could be Zon, in general. I don't know. Like, but I do think that, like, what's pretty clear is that, like, I was wrong about Atta. Like, I looked it up and like I kind of went with what they had said, and then I realized that it's Athena, because Atha is Athena, Atta is Athena, but Lon would be like God, and then Timo is probably something like holy or something like that, but I don't know because I haven't figured it out. But what I do know is that gnosis has been used, like, in very weird ways in the New Testament. Like supposedly oida is like how you say it, but like right here when it says izomai, I'm like, I thought eyes is I want, and I have seen Ada a lot and oida, but like I think that it's very confusing when they're using gnosis, or like variations of nos, like gnosko, that much, in not doing that. But the Bible does say stuff differently. Like it says lege, like to say, and I do believe that it's actually saying that, like lege is to say, whereas the Odyssey, like Athene will speak, but the thing is that her name's not Athene, her name is Atta. So it wasn't Athene speaking, and I think when it's talking about Athene, it's probably talking about Athens. But clearly, like it can be talking about Athene when it's talking about Atta. I just want to throw this out there. Abba, Father. Wait, because it comes from Atta, Father Lon Timo. But there's the snakes, like, and we are certain that there's something about the snake, because even right here where there's Finon, there's a snake there. And but like Atta, I looked it up in the other dictionary, now I've looked it up in multiple places, and it says it's father. So they're saying anytime that the Bible or like anything talks about Athena, they're talking about the father, or it's someone talking to their father. But clearly, because I found the coins where it says Atha, and it's an owl for Athena, and I can't believe that I'm like smarter than everyone. This is you guys have no idea. Like if I'm smarter than everyone, like it feels like everyone's screwed, but that's because like I am always alone, and but I'm not. I'm like working with the internet. Like I can go on the internet always. So I mean, how crazy is it that I can just get on the internet and find all these coins and see that Athena's name is Atta, because her name is Atta. But do you know what else that means? The Muslims bow to Allah. Allah? No. They are not bowing to Athena. Like the name does not come from Athena. You're not bowing to the gay girl a little bit. What other us are there? Allah, Abba, Anna. I don't know. Atta. I think that like she just kind of just took like all of the us. Clearly, it's a snake, and like I think that what happened is anytime that she was someone else, like they added it on to on, because it's the same person. Because there's thighs on, there's thion, and there's thighs, and thighs was on, and so she's thion, and there's finna on, but it looks like zena on, which like Zen would be Zeus, which I'm still thinking that Zoes for life is Zeus, because there's a diphthong there. Because remember, Ezeus is a diphthong with iota and eta, and so eta is a vowel that does weird things with other vowels. And so if Zoes was Zeus, that would make sense with because like I don't see it mentioning Zeus ever in the Bible. And Athena's wrong. Like to this day, no one knows the name of Athena. My Greek professor thinks it's Athene. Google